How you doing? This is a guy from Pittsburgh, and I want to thank Bob Eagle. And of course, first thing I think of being from Pittsburgh, does Bob Eagle shop at Giant Eagle? But he left me a message on my channel, and I really appreciate it. Great channel, George. Keep cranking out truth. You are making a difference. Well, that's one of the nicest things anybody has said to me in a long time. And by the way, in the background are Robert Vaughn and David McCallum. And I want to wish a belated happy birthday to Robert Vaughn. He's 83. That's kind of mind-boggling. He's 20 years older than I am. And I can remember when I wanted to be Napoleon Solo when I was a kid. Unfortunately, I always wound up being the thrush agent. I had the thrush rifle, and was the only one with the thrush rifle, and everybody else that I hung around with had uncle guns. So I had an uncle gun too, but I had the thrush rifle. So I wound up being the bad guys, and that's why the late David McDaniel and Norman Felton appointed me the head of the local thrush satrap for Las Vegas in 1968. In part, I was a big Uncle fan and still am. So happy birthday, Robert Vaughn. And one thing about this country, we have freedom of religion. We have freedom of thought. We have freedom to exercise. We have freedom not to worship. Those two guys on the screen were a Russian and American. They got along together. They're best of friends. There wasn't any ideology. There wasn't any angst. There wasn't any anger. They helped to save the world, and I wish there really were Napoleon and Ilya to help save the world today. We could use them. But some people don't get it. And the guy from Benghazi, who was a teaching assistant at the University of Missouri, was arrested Wednesday on suspicion of child abuse as he violently pulled a 14-year-old female relative out of school by her hair and down the stairs because she wasn't wearing a Muslim headscarf. Youssif Z. Omar pulled the relative down a flight of stairs and outside Hickman High School on Tuesday when she noted she was not wearing a hijab. He's also accused of slapping her face. He posted a $4,500 bond and was released from Boone County Jail. He's listed on the university's website as a graduate teaching assistant of Arabic and the managing editor of the undergraduate journal Artifacts. He had a bachelor's degree in translations and several master's degrees while in Libya, and obtained PhDs in English education, linguistics, and translation studies while at the University of Missouri from 2008 to 2013. Well, I guess this guy didn't translate the concept of freedom of religion and leaving teenagers the hell alone to wear a headscarf or not to wear a headscarf. And he commented on his editor's introduction for the August edition of his Artifacts. It is very hard for some people to be away from their own culture because they find themselves confined to the deeper beliefs and customs they acquired and learned from the communities in which they are born and raised. Such people see themselves as fish taken away from the water. Well, I'll tell you what, Guy. Go out in the water. Atlantic Ocean's about 1,500 miles to the east. Swim east till you hit Benghazi, climb on shore, and go back home. Because you don't have the right to drag somebody out of a school because she's not wearing a scarf. This is the United States of America. We have freedom of religion. No one can make anyone do anything they don't want to do. And you don't have the right to drag a teenager relative out of school by the hair. I hope they throw a book at you. So, this guy hasn't been with the university since July. Well, I wonder why. Who knows what he does at home to his relatives? Did he drag them around the house by the hair? Does he conk them on the head with maybe a laptop? This is the kind of guys we see who wind up killing their daughters because they are dishonored or because they wear Western-style clothing in the United States of America. And this sort of thing needs to stop. These guys need to get a clue. You can't do this in the United States. All right. I've said my piece, but this story really bugged me. Oh, one other thing. Got a guy who subscribed to my channel. He's from Belgab. I don't know who he is. I don't remember his name right now. But his comments and blocked along as well as one other person that subscribed to my channel. And he said more videos from an amateur piece of bleep. And the word begins with S. I never said I was professional, guys. I'm doing the best I can. I've slowly been doing the best to do different videos, to make them shorter. They're not always going to be short. Tomorrow I'll have my HDMI cable and my adapter for the Mac. And then I'll have videos in the background, pictures in the background from my Mac to emphasize what I'm talking about. I've got the Man from Uncle in the background. Between videos, I'm watching it. It's my favorite program, probably of all time. But if you want professional, Cozy and Alex Jones, go watch John B. Wells. Go watch any liberal site. Go watch a singer or a dancer. I'm not a professional. I'm a guy who's learning every day what to do stuff. How to do stuff, sorry. I don't know how to do everything. I never said I did. And I'm certainly not perfect. Indication that in my football picks this week, it was a disaster. The Steelers should have won. And they shouldn't have gone for a field goal when they had only a couple of minutes to go. They only needed 9 yards. I could have gotten a touchdown and maybe had a chance to come back. And that guy Wilson in Seattle, he nailed Roethlisberger in the head with his helmet. Roethlisberger had to leave because they'd check him out for concussion. I don't care what team you play in, you hit a quarterback in the head with your helmet, you should be fined big time. You could break a guy's neck that way, not to mention a concussion. And we just saw poor Frank Gifford, may he rest in peace. His family said he had major damage from concussions when he was playing. And he was a great player and a great broadcaster. But that sort of stuff can linger for years and mess you up when you get older. So, just giving him 15 yards, I don't think that's enough. It's like headbutting him with a helmet. You could snap the back of his neck or something. Or jar his brain so much that he can't think anymore. I also can't believe the Patriots lost. Boy, it's just totally weirdest week so far in the NFL I've seen. It was like last year where you couldn't pick a team because the underdogs are winning, the favorites are losing, teams that shouldn't even hardly been in the division were winning. It was crazy. All right, that's all I got to say. I'm not a professional. I'm just a guy doing videos in his bedroom. Occasionally I do them outside. And as I learn and get better, I'll do better videos. If you don't like what you see on my channel, don't watch it. Don't listen. I'm doing it for my subscribers and my fans out there. I'm not doing it for haters. All right. Have a great day. Bye-bye.